Guys, Romano here from Bonsai with Romano. I know it's been a while. So I haven't posted anything recently featuring myself. It's been mostly interviews and things like that. And there's a good reason for that. I've been quite busy with a lot of other stuff and traveling. So I haven't had time to tend to my own bonsai. So I thought today would be a great day to just take you guys through what I do on a daily routine here on the farm. So I live on a farm full time and I work on a farm. So one of the things that I do here is, if you look over there, you'll see there's a lot of little fish, and over here we have breeding tanks, so I tend to these fish. And then also I run a full aquaponic system, which is over there. So if you take a look, you'll see we've got a fish, got a plants. So this is what I do full time, and I've been quite busy as it's the growing season as well here on the farm. So watering takes up quite a bit of our time, harvesting, fertilizing, all those type of things. So yeah, let me just take you guys through what I do, and yeah, after that I'm gonna move some of my bonsai, because my bonsai, I've moved them in April. In April I moved onto the farm, and what I didn't do is I haven't taken care of them, maintained them, so there's quite a few stuff that I have to do on that side. So I'll take you guys through that entire process. Saturday morning bright and early at 7 a.m. I embarked on a big mission. The goal? Moving all of my trees off a large black damp core plastic sheet. I laid it down back in April after clearing the soil to keep the sneaky roots from growing into my bonsai pots, while also ensuring none of my trees' roots escape into the ground. It worked wonders for drainage too, as any excess water would run off rather than pooling underneath my trees. One by one, I started moving each tree. It felt endless, and I quickly realized I had more trees than I remembered. Once the sheet was cleared, I dragged it to the one side. Grabbed my trusty hoe, a tool I learned from my Malawian co-workers, and started trimming the edges of the grass. Now this tool is like a cross between a pick and a spade, and it makes tough grass removal look easy. The price of success is hard work and determination, as football legend Vince Lombardi once said. And trust me, I was feeling the determination kicking as the grass fell away. But just when I was getting into the groove, I remembered there were more trees to water. On the other side of the farm, I've got some urban yamadori that I collected when we removed a long hedge. 17 Eugenias and 2 trees of whose species I still have to figure out. If you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram, you might have seen my July 2024 post about them. Oh, and right next to them are my 10 blood maples. I bought them on a trip through the garden route. If you want to watch that highlights video of the trip, click on the link above to go to the video on my channel. I planted those maples in pots in the ground, drilling holes to encourage the roots to grow sideways rather than down.
Back to the task at hand. Once all the grass was cleared, I raked the loose bits and tossed them in the wheelbarrow, adding them to my growing compost pile. With the ground prepped, I pulled the plastic sheet back over and I realized I can't just put my trees back without giving them a good cleanup. What was supposed to be a 3-hour job suddenly turned into a 2-day marathon. I started with my bigger trees, pulling out the weeds and slowly moving them back onto the plastic. And I do mean slowly. Some of these trees are over 80 centimeters high and weigh a ton. It was just me on the farm battling through this one. After placing each tree, I topped the soil off with nature's slow release fertilizer balls made from fresh worm casting. If you're curious about how I make my worm castings in worm tea, check out the video on my channel. The link should be popping up about now. The next day, I was up bright and early again. I grabbed a garden hose to water the trees before diving back into the task. I only managed 15 trees on day one, but with most of the big ones already done, today would go much faster. Plus, I had the help of my daughter. I started with the ficus and then I moved to junipers and pines. I like to keep all my tree species grouped together to make maintenance quicker, but right now I'm playing catch up.
Jy het hulle te lank gerefresheer.
Ja, ek dink jy probeer.
Hierdie een gaan 2 pad nie.
For those of you that love stats, here's a breakdown of the labor. It took 16 hours to de-weed and move all of my trees. 3 of those hours were spent to clear the ground. 1 hour and 20 minutes to water all the trees over the 2 days, including the yamadori and the maples. And of course, I spent most of my time making worm casting balls and working on my trees. In total, I removed 3 wheelbarrows of grass from the ground and 2.5 buckets of weeds from the pots, and I took a total of 22,962 steps. So, what was your favorite part of this video? Drop it in the comment section below, and as always, happy bonsai!